questions I asked her was about the British Hairdressing Awards. People are obviously at the minute just a little bit nervous about, but she kind of cleared that up, that they can enter actually photographs that they've already done. At the minute, it's still going ahead in November. So obviously, one of the questions is 2,000 people in the Grosvenor House together. Is that going to go ahead? Would you put it back to January or February till it's a little bit clearer? I thought she spoke really well today. I thought she answered all the questions about the awards, and she actually, in hindsight, she's probably looked at probably what I'm going to ask her, and she said, you know, by 4 o'clock this afternoon, it was all on the HJ website about the British Hairdressing Awards. And obviously, then I asked her about Salon International. Some of the questions that people were scared about is like, okay, Salon International, when people travel to us, you know, the rumours are at the minute you're going to have to quarantine for 14 days. So are people going to come over, you know, mid-September to quarantine? And she said, look, 19% of visitors last year were international. So there's still 81% of visitors that's UK-based. Germany apparently have opened up their exhibitions at end of May. I don't know. She won't make any false statements, but that's what she's been told. And apparently, Salon International is not a gathering. A gathering is like a football where it's over 90 minutes. This is over 3 days. So at the minute, they're doing every precaution that's possible to make Salon International go ahead with X-rays on thermal, your temperature from inside. There'll be sanitizations everywhere. It's obviously over the 3-day period. So at the minute, they're still marching forward with the British Hairdressing Awards, albeit a different format for people to enter. But then Salon International at the minute is still going ahead, and she'll keep us all posted. But I thought she spoke really well today, Jane, under pressure from me as well. She did speak really well.
That's brilliant. I mean, fortunately, the British Hairdressing Awards are photographic, aren't they, Si? So it's, you know, most of the guys would have probably already maybe done their collections, you know. So it's
I think the entries have got to be in by end of June, or beginning or mid June. So look, she cleared it up quite a lot, guys. I just want to apologise. Zoom's gone mad tonight. We've got lots of people trying to get in tonight, which is fantastic. Adam, I love your words saying, when I spoke to Adam, he said it's the most watched show over lockdown. This, so tonight's gone crazy. So people are trying to get involved in watching us. I think it's maxing out, so people are dropping in and out. Just bear with us. We're going to try to obviously get everybody who wants to watch live, get it all in there. But obviously, failing that, you can do what Adam does, which is he gets banished to his spare room on a Friday night because he can't watch it because his missus was watching TV and stuff.
That is correct.
He watches it on a Saturday morning, which I love it. I love what he said to us. He watches it on a Saturday morning. So just bear with us, guys, while you keep dropping in and out. So we'll bear with us. I think we're maxing out on live viewers, but this is just, again, testament to Gary's skills drinking moonshine and talking pish. Well,
talking to moonshine, I think we need a little toast anyway. To your health, gentlemen. All the very best.
To Mr. Sloan on Barber's Arms. Congratulations and welcome in.
Good health.
Adam, I've got a question for you.
Go on, fire away.
On the arms, what we're trying to do is, look, we're all going to be here together, and it's sometimes when we do interviews, it's all trying to be politically correct, but I think this program's all about us trying to find out a little bit about the personalities behind people in the industry. So we're going to ask you lots of personal questions tonight, not too personal. I don't want to know about your gimp mask and stuff like that you wear at weekends down in Essex. That you borrow off your son Joe. I know he's got a lot of them masks. He'll be sat there now going, "Oh, fucking kill that fucking rabbit Joe." But we wanna get a little bit to know about yourself. So just tell us a little bit about you. You were the brain behind Memfed. What came up with that idea? How did you think that? You know, maybe is it 5 years ago, 6 years ago that you started this?
No, we started 8, and 8 years ago. Yeah, we started 8 years ago. And,
so what was the idea behind it? What inspired you to do?
I'll tell you what the idea behind it was. Obviously, I came into hairdressing through barbering, from working for my dad, and working in a barber shop. And sort of 7, 8 years ago, it seemed to be the poor man of the industry. For me, you went to the fellowship, and I think Chris Foster got on with Dale Ted Watkins, and it just wasn't represented very well. So many years ago, I used to go and watch Lee Stafford and Stacey Bratton, Dale Ted Watkins, Steve. I used to go and watch these guys on a Sunday, and you'd rock up to watch it, and you'd be looking at one guy and you think, I can do that, I do it. But when you got 5 or 6 people on that stage, you kind of get something from it. You'd have to be a buffoon not to come away with it. So when I seen the way we were being represented at that level, because the beating heart of the MH Fed is barbering. I mean, barbering is a collection of, amazing skills. So I put together a young Feds team with the aid of my son, Joe, because, and the original 4 were Richie Martin from Rebel. We had Josh the Monica, Simon Kibler, and Danny Robinson. And Joe Compet, he's like he's the conductor. And I can remember we had to do an audition for Anne Herman. And I can remember the following day I was driving to Warrington to do a speech for Habia with my son Joe. And she rang us in a car and she said that from Guy Kremer to Richard Ward to Akin, all the people in the front row said that it was the best thing they'd ever seen, because there wasn't really that. I mean, you guys, on your stages are amazing, but the fellowship was something that we just wanted to impregnate and get that respect. And of course, as you know, we went on. I mean, these guys. I mean, Danny, I believe now is working alongside you guys. Is he an ambassador for a while?
Yeah, Danny's going to be doing some stuff for us, his video stuff and his live stuff with his. And
as you know, Josh, and then obviously after that, because the guys became superstars in the industry.
You've kind of give Josh LaMonica a stage now where, he's done stuff on his own remit, but you've kind of give him that platform where you kind of got him to be known. So he's got to say to you, my career started with you guys, and that give him a platform to do his other stuff as well. So I'm sure that if Josh is watching, that he should be looking to supply you at least 150 to 200 quid a month beer money, really. Just at least. What's wrong with you, Josh? What's wrong with you? Get on with it.
But after the boys became, then we're Tarek Harris. What a legend that boy is. Tarek joined it. Simon Kibler decided he got Australia, and Danny got his Tarek Harris, who's just. And do you know what? I know yourself. Your lad plays professional football. I was a dodgy footballer. I once played in a game at Upton Park in a charity game, and on the programme, Simon, it says Adam Sloan. It said, I wrote this down. I put, his pace is very deceptive. He is slower than he looks. So that's true. So. As I say, it was like managing the boys was like being a football manager, and they were all different characters. I mean, Danny was just infectious and crazy and fantastic to be around. Josh would while everybody might be getting on the pitch, Josh is sitting there having a little coffee, and Tarek was the sensible one. But after these boys, we ended up with some really talented people. Joey Power, who was a product of your next guest, Johnny Barber. Talented lad, Joey. Paul Mack, I call him Mr. Stardust because the fellow's just a different level with his art form. And
he's Mr. Black Magic. He's Mr. Black Magic, isn't he?
He is, isn't he? And I said to Paul, "You're a hairdresser." He said, "I'm not." And now we converse every now and again. The man is like, for me, he's like the David Bowie of the hairdressing world. The guy's super talented. Gemma Wilcox-Smith. I mean, another talented girl went on to, I believe, win the American Crew stuff. And Harry Green, what a talented boy as well, Mr. Taper. So I've been dead lucky to manage all of them. But I think what happened was, as you know, Simon, the industry got flooded, and Gary knows this as well, with so many artists. And so I withdrew the boys because I think we'd succeeded in what we tried to achieve. Get the recognition at the highest level, and obviously we've now sunk back into education. And I actually do work with Josh on one of his academies. So, I'm still in close contact with Josh and the other boys as well. They're all they're like my sons. I love them, and Gemma as well.
It was nice. I was in Turin just in December, and Josh were doing a show. We were doing a big show there on the big 100-year anniversary thing. And Josh came up to me. I was just sat in the big this auditorium was like a football stadium, and there were probably about 15,000 people going to be at these shows. And he came up to me, we had a chat, and he said some nice words. He said, obviously as a young presenter, starting out, we used to look up to wall and look at these you guys on stage, and you know, it made us but made us want to do it. And I listened to an interview with James Beattie as well from Bomb Squad, and he said he was commenting on something Martin Fox said. He was a good friend of mine and yours, Adam, and he said, you know,
Legend.
oh yeah, Martin, I can remember when I was there at 2008. That's the day I wanted to be a presenter. So it's great over this lockdown period. I've spoke to a lot of people, and people have said to us, you know, watching you over years has made us want to do where we are. And then I see these guys blossom into their own names and their own acts.
Yeah.
And, you know, whilst, you know where I'm like, I'm down to earth and everything. And I just keep, well, I'm not really, I'm a fucking big time Charlie, but it's nice to hear it. It's nice to hear it. And, you know,
while we're live, I mean, I know you've given the Feds a hell of a leg up with certain things. And recently, as you know, we was in Mumbai, and you had a massive crowd. And obviously, City Guild had launched the MH Fed in Mumbai. We flew out together, didn't we? And
yes.
you know, you gave us a fantastic platform there. So now, again, I thank you so much for that, mate. Because I'm about the grassroots. For me, it's about the kids coming in the industry. And as you know, I work with City Guild on that, and we've done Japan and obviously done India. But like I said, thank you so much for all the help that you do behind the scenes that people don't realise.
No problem. No,
I think
as long as you can help, that's the main thing.
I think deep down as well, though, I think it's with everything that goes on in the industry. I think a lot of the time people think everybody's at everybody's throats, and there's a lot of collaboration out there, isn't there? You know, I mean, you know, from our point of view, I mean, you know, having these guys in the same room, you know, just because I know you did the lunchtime date with Baldy, and you know, and things like that. People have got this perception, haven't they, that everybody's after every.
Listen,
and I know some people are there is some egos out there, but I think it's nice to bring it into the realm and into the forum that everybody does get on, and we do help and hopefully collaborate in the same way.
Gary Baldy will tell you, you know, anything he's asked me, you know, obviously don't tell him, you know, what we're going to launch and stuff like that, but just in terms of managing teams and kind of things. And if you look at what he's done, you know, you look at those guys on stage, they do look they look fantastic on stage, those guys. You know, he's took on board, we speak a lot, he's a great guy. I have no fears. And I was saying in an interview today, I did an interview with Modern Barber today with Rachel, and I said, one of the things is what people don't realise is, for me, when they get better, it makes me better. We don't want it his own way. I want people out there to get better, because otherwise you never get lazy, but all I have to compete against is myself. So when I see them getting better, it pushes me even further to get better as well.
Yeah.
Adam, quick question.
Yeah, go on.
Education seminars in front of people, close proximity, whether we're doing a seminar where it's morning session doing demonstrations and afternoon doing models, that at minute is not going to happen when we get back.
No.
How do you see education moving forward in 2020 and very early, probably till April 2021? How do you see education?
I mean, as you know, I'm seeing a lot of online stuff, you know, and it's going to go that way a little bit. You know, hopefully, and I mean, I agree with Gary there. Are we going to open on July the 4th? Hopefully we are. You know, all the signs are, but if we do. So I don't know if Gary feels with education. We'll have to work with our academy. We have 10 in each academy. So we'll have to work with 5. We'll have to do the social distancing. So hopefully we can work with a hands-on. But the good thing about these last couple of months, like Gary feels the same, that we've built up such good online resources for, so maybe we can split the groups, but it's going to be tough, mate. It's going to be tough. It really is going to be tough. You know, we've just had 2 apprentices sign up on our academy. You know, emailers, the mums want us to, is your academy full? Well, of course it's not. And I mean, I can see this going forward, that it's going to be tough for educators. You know, I mean, yourself, I was speaking to you and you were saying yourself that a lot of things have been cancelled. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just getting to your apprentices. You know, I guess all your apprentices aren't taken on by yourself. Have all your apprentices been kept on? Have they all been furloughed? Have they all been looked after? Even the ones
yes.
I've
got to say. I mean, we are constantly. We've got a WhatsApp group, and there was a few of the bosses wanted them to go straight back. You know, when Boris that wonderful delivery the other Sunday, you know, our WhatsApp group went crazy, and he said our boss wants us in tomorrow morning because, you know, we're self-employed or this, that, and the other. So obviously we had a lot of you know, sort of you know, telematics and the bosses. So we contacted all the bosses and says they can't go back to work. So, you know, like I said, I mean, you know, none of us know, do we? You know, let's be honest. There's so much speculation over the internet, and I don't want to give, because I know we're having a beer and that, but, you know, we don't know. And when the government tell us, then that's when we can then start. I'm on an APPG on Monday with the government, and again, you know, we'll get a bit there. I know you sit at the highest level, Gary, yourself, but, you know, we're going to be governed by, you know, that's who's going to tell us what we do. You know, and there's a lot of this. Is it NH? You know, somebody said to me, you know, because obviously, like you chair the Barber Council. I'm a member with you. Is it the NHBF or, you know? I'm a Rangers fan. If Celtic, if it meant supporting Celtic to get us that professional standard, I'd do that. I'm probably going to get lynched by a load of people, but so probably like yourself, I'm on the side of whatever he's going to do for the best of the industry. But it's government led, mate.
That brings me to a good point. I mean, and I'd like just to clear this up because we're getting so much mail and so many questions by barbers and people in the industry. You know, there's the MHFed, there's the, you know, NHF, the BBA, all these different associations. The difference with the associations is obviously you represent barbers, the BBA represents barbers, the NHF, they represent employers. And the difference is with the Barber Council and the Hair Council is that's an overarching, if you like, organisation that we should all be pushing towards in the same direction. Because I'm just getting on my soapbox here because I don't think people really understand what it's all about. You know, the awarding organisations feed our industry. The associations look after the people in the industry, but the actual Hair Council is the only body that's got a statutory right to hold the registrar of the industry, and we've all got to push in that. And if it means pulling behind the set just one banner, just for one, you know, to get it over the line, that's what we've got to do. I don't know if anybody saw Keith Coniford on the other day. He spoke really well. He was being interviewed. It was on Barber Evo. I don't know if you saw it, Adam.
I watched all of it, mate. Yeah, he was very articulate, and so was Mr. McAnally as well, wasn't he? They were very good.
Yeah, so we had the MP who chairs our APPG and who is lobbying. He's a barber himself as well. He's a great fella. And if anybody hasn't seen it, you need to go on and watch it because they answer a lot of questions out there. But it's all about all of us pulling in the right direction behind one banner and lobbying government to solve a lot of our problems within the industry. I'll get off my soapbox now, Simon.
That's right.
I like it. You know, you said something there earlier, you know, about I don't think people sometimes in the industry, and I think a lot of people, especially barbers in particular, they'd like to see some rivalry between organisations, particularly Men's Fed and BBA and GBA or bollocks, whatever. But there's not. It's just a nice synergy between everybody, and we all get on so well to each other. And I have to say, you know, we had Gary. Gary's been on some wall stages. Every time we do a stage now, whether that be at Barber, I even forgot the name of it now. It's that long since we've done it. Barber Connect, Salon International, Pro Air Live. We have had Gary as a guest, but also what a lot of people don't know, because we had Gary down to do some training for our artistic team on shaving, because we see Gary Machin and the BBA is the very best at doing the shaving. Yeah. Their system is the best. So we felt that, well, we're not in competition with them because we want them, all their guys use our products, our clippers. So when I want to train my guys, I'll fetch in, it's not a weakness to fetch in expertise. And my team loved the day with Gary and the night before as well with Gary. It was good. And so, you know, we would have Gary Machin on all our stages because he's ultra professional. when he does it, you know, to a shave on stage in front of a big audience with all the kitty fetchers, and especially after like 15 pints of Stella the night before, it's fucking amazing, to be fair. I mean, these guys are legends.
Yeah.
But Gary, you say when you came to Wall Academy, you know, it's a beautiful building, isn't it? It's a beautiful academy, but the guys were so good, you know, that's what I'm saying. There's no, oh, he's on that team. They're just like, whatever you've got to show them, they learn off you, didn't they?
Well, I mean, you know, it just shows we've all got respect for each other. There's enough trade to go around. I mean, good God, you know, there's enough trade, and education is a big thing as well. I know we're all fighting for, but we're all based in different places around the country, and if we can all help each other, the world's a better place, isn't it? And I mean, really kind words there, Simon. I mean, it's fantastic. But you've got a fantastic team as well, fantastic venue now with your new premises. But it's, you know, from my point of view and from the BBA, it's we want to be with the best. We want to work with the best as well, and you guys are the best. But it's not about that. We just want to spread the love, if you like, the barber love, but all help each other as well.
Adam, we've got to say sometimes, I don't know if it's you or if it's Johnny waiting in Manchester, in his office in Manchester, but we've got our biggest viewing live audience today. It's popping up. Everybody's popping in and out of Zoom. It's jammed full tonight, and I'm sure we'll get over the like 80,000 mark.
I just think, I think we're all on a different grind, aren't we? To coin my sons, we're all on a different journey, and I think we do complement each other. You know, I'm definitely, you know, looking at the stuff that's coming into the industry and working with those guys, and I think we complement each other. I don't think we cross over. You know, so you know, our drive is as you know, we do the Northern Ireland, Scotland, England, and Irish, Welsh, Welsh national competitions. So I think we're all on different journeys, but you know, the collaboration is what unites us.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Adam, as well? Do you know what, Adam, as well? It's like, you know, as soon as I saw you in the airport at Heathrow, we're all not driving off. We're flying off to India, and you know, as soon as we see each other, we will sat in bar, 3 or 4 beers together before we go on. Obviously, you went right on the lane. I turned left on the plane because obviously that's the way we travel at Wall. And we've got. I tell you what, we've got coming up as well. We've got some in next 10 minutes because we're running out of time actually. And this is how good you are as being interviewed as well. It's just flown by. We've got some cheers coming up. We've got 20 people who are the first 20 people who have been every week watching us. And I know tonight it's jam-packed, but we've got some cheers coming up from loads of barbers around, not only in the UK, but we've got them from Canada, America, New Zealand, and also here in the UK, so we're going to do it. I've got a few questions that I want to ask you as well, Adam, as well. So what is your biggest achievement so far? What would you say is your biggest achievement so far?
My biggest achievement? I've got, there's 2, if you permit me these. One is I got the freedom of the city of Glasgow, which is where I come from, and you know, I was invited in the Barbers Guild. I'm the first one to be in 65 years, so obviously that was an amazing achievement for me. It's not a monetary thing; it's wonderful, and we've got 4. I've got a sister I work with, a brother, another sister. You know, my mother's the don of the family, and so obviously within the Big Yin group, we've got 4 families who are on the fifth generation, and that to me is a wonderful thing. You know, we've done from great grandfather all the way through. So those 2 are my single biggest achievements, if I'm honest with you, mate.
Cool.
And what is the award that you give out? You give an award out to people like Damien's won one.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Damien...
Yeah, we've had Lee Stafford, AD Phelan, MK, Martin Fox, Alan Finley, and Damien Owen. It's called the MH Fed. It's the fellow. Again, it's just for people that just do extraordinary things for the industry. As you know, Big Damo. I mean, man, he's another level. He's just the biggest artist. You know, he gives you everything he's got. And when we launched Scotland, Northern Ireland, England, and Wales, he was on every leg. And he sponsors things, and he's just so for me, Damo, and he's a barber's barber, you know. So somebody like him, and then obviously Lee, I'm friendly with Lee, and Lee's won the men's hairdresser of the year. So to be a fellow is the highest award. And so obviously he's in with some very good company there, Si.
Yeah, I mean, Damien's a great guy. He came down. I was out in, I think it was in Cornwall. I forget where I were. Somewhere really, really deep down in January, just before my 50th birthday in January, Gary. I know Gary came to my birthday. Dave came up and watched me. He had the big trench coat on. He was in his big pickup truck. And he's just a great. He's a nice kid. He's just a nice guy, and you know, it's really important to have those people around you as well. And obviously, with those fellas, obviously, you'll be adding me and Gary to the legend list as soon as lockdown's over. So,
well, you know, I'm looking for a couple of fellows.
Very shortly. Yeah, definitely. So that's your biggest achievement so far. What would you say that? What's your kind of worst fears that you have at the moment? What kind of troubles you at the minute? What in your mind will trouble you through lockdown? What's the biggest fears that you have looking forward?
I'm just an optimist. I mean, the biggest fears. Do you know what, mate? Industry wise, are you talking industry wise?
Yes. Yeah. Well, unless you want to go personal, but I mean, for us, it's just that we're just having a beer in a bar.
Yeah. I mean, I think on a personal level, Celtic winning the Scottish League would destroy me. But on a professional level, I think we're all going to. Listen, I'll tell you a quick story. We've been going in 1976 with a big yin, and every recession our company's grown. Because I think the general public, if they can't afford to go to the theatre, if they can't afford to go to a posh restaurant, they'll all get a haircut. So, you know, I think there's some good. So once we can get out of this, I think there's some good times ahead for us. So that's my views. I'll tell you quick. I mean, work again. Going back to the MHBed group with the barbers and hairdressers helping, that can break your heart on there because as people haven't had money. So my immediate, concerns are really good people that started their business 8 months ago, so they don't qualify for the grants. And when you go on there, these people have got no money. So, you know, that's my concerns there, sorry, for that sort of thing. And we've got Carl Hindigan on the site to try and give some advice. But, you know, but as I say, I think the industry will prosper when we get going.
Yeah, I think me and Gary are very optimistic. We always speak to him. He's Mr. Positive, you know. Like I phone him, like we're on a Trevor, because obviously Trevor's the director of all this, and he sends us timescales, but he forgets that he puts the timescales in Australian time. So we're like, I'm trying to work it out. I'm like, Trevor, what does that mean in like UK time? And then Gary misses him because he's up some ladders doing some fucking air roof or something, or milking a pig. I don't know what he does. He does something like that. But we're trying to be positive as much as possible. But I mean, you know, that's good to know that you're keeping yourself nice and positive.
Do you know, the only negative is I've run out of Guinness and I've done nearly half a bottle of port. Thank you very much, guys. So
welcome to our world.
I'm quite enjoying it, to be honest with you, boys. Quite enjoying it.
Yeah, well, listen, me and Gary always say, you know, like Friday for us, and it is, we do it every week, but it is like a night out. This is like having a beer. Obviously, it's not the same, but you know, we try. You know, at the minute, Gary's saying we've got 3 or 4 devices flashing around as with questions coming in and stuff like that. It's kind of, we always finish off, Adam, to let our viewers know afterwards as well a little bit about yourself. You've probably watched the program, so you know what's going to come up now. We need to find a little bit about Adam. Adam, what is your favourite drink?
Guinness and port.
Guinness and port.
Yeah.
Fine. What's your favourite meal? What would you want now out of lockdown? Where would you go? What would your favourite meal be?
Sausages, mate. Sausages. Cumberland sausages. I'm a heathen. I'm a cheap day.
You sound it. Gary will like that. He fucking loves cheap dates. To be fair to Gaz, he's the most generous man ever. When I go into a bar and I'm out with 10 of my team, he'll walk up. Do you want all the drink? He's a legend, Gaz.
With him, I know what he's like after the Westminster. I know he's. I'll tell you what though, he's the boy can drink, can't he?
Oh, he's a ledge. He's a ledge. Get him on that moonshine in a bit. Stay tuned in and watch about 9:30 when that
I
moon
will.
shines.
I will.
Who would you be your ideal dinner date? Now, bear in mind, your missus is downstairs, so she can't watch. So
She's
who would
upstairs.
be your
You know
who's
what?
your ideal dinner date?
Because I've said sausages, I should have gone with, I don't know, Natalie, whatever. But it's Muhammad Ali. So so I'd be sharing these sausages with Muhammad Ali, if I could.
Brilliant.
And what's your favourite music?
Music, oh Christ. I'm a bit, universal with it.
One
I'd love to
CD.
hear-
What's one CD that you'd listen to? Come on, what is it?
Hard Day's Night, the Beatles' White Album, something like that. Bit weird.
Beatles.
Beatles.
Where would all this happen? What would be your favourite destination? What's your favourite place you travelled to? Or your favourite?
North of Mallorca, up a place called Alcudia Palenza, up that way, north of the island. I love the place.
So set the scene, viewers. This is Adam Sloan, CEO of the Men's Fed. He's drinking Guinness and port. He's eating sausages. He's sat with Muhammad Ali. He's listening to some Beatles, and he's sat in Mallorca.
No, good for me.
Adam Sloan, you've been a top guest. Gary, over to you. But Adam, I'll speak to you tomorrow, bro.
Yeah,
Top
peace and
man.
love.
Gaz,
Very much.
over to you, bro.
Yeah, God bless
Adam,
you.
it's been a pleasure, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
I'll
very
speak to you
much for
soon.
giving us your time.
No, my pleasure.
Slowly, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sloan. Woo, 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 woo. Gary. Wow. You got some notes?
Go on then. Pass them
Pass
over.
it through to you. Here you go.
You got 'em. Thank you.
You got them? Hey, hey. Hey, I'll tell you what. That was magic. I really enjoyed that. That, for me, I don't know if it's your presenting skills that's getting better, but that was like...
I can't get a with the big yin and you. I can't get a word in edgeways to tell you. Wait till your guest comes on in a minute.
No, hang on a minute. You need to look at your iPad and have a look at some of them photographs that's been sent in. Get a word in.
I know. Anyway,
It's good.
we've got a young lady all the way from Canada, I think, waiting in the green room. It's Jasmine Strachan. Is that right, Trevor? Are you going to let her on anytime soon? Is she there? So, ladies and gents, what we're doing is we're going to invite 20 of our most regular viewers, and they're from all over the world, as Simon said, and we're going to bring them on, and they're going to do a quick cheers. They're not going to be full interviews. We're just going to give them an opportunity to get on live and give us Jasmine, are you there? Can you hear me? Anytime soon. Jasmine.
Gary,
Hi, how are you?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you,
Can
but I
hear you,
can't see you.
you.
Right, just a sec. Where are we?
Come on, Jasmine. This is your 2 minutes of fame. Where are you?
Start
Come on.
Hey.
Oh, we've got
Oh.
Mark Edgerton as well. Jasmine.
Good
how are you?
evening. You.
Hi, Gary.
How you
2
doing?
seconds, Mark. 2 seconds. Jasmine, this is Simon. You know me anyway. This young lady's all the way from Regina. Get that right, Simon. Regina.
Yeah,
England.
don't say it wrong.
Well, hello there, lovely. I love you. Love the ink with the lady next to you.
That's my coworker, Jesse.
Good
So,
evening,
hey, how you
co-worker
doing, guys?
Jesse.
so
Sorry, guys.
Jasmine, what time is it in Canada at the moment?
It is 10 to 2 p.m.
So are you at work? Have you gone back yet?
No, we're going back on Tuesday.
Oh, fantastic. This young lady did a load of education for us, came down to Cincinnati. I spent some quality time with Jasmine. She's a lovely lady. Took her out for dinner a few times as well. We ate together, didn't we? Shared some stories.
We did, yeah.
Can I ask a question to you, Jasmine? Do you follow hockey?
Not very much, no.
In Canada, what are you doing not following hockey?
I know. It's Jesse,
I'm
do you?
over here-
A little bit.
I'm over here in Telford in Shropshire, yeah, and we've got a hockey team, yeah, and our captain is called Jason Silverthorne, and he's from Canada, and he plays for us.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Right.
Okay,
so
well,
we've got-
Jasmine. Cheers, Mark. Cheers.
Cheers to you. God bless you, Simon.
Guys, cheers. All the very best. We've got 15 more guys to get on. So lovely to see you. Happy.
Nice to see you all.
Hope you open
Nice to
goes
see you
well.
guys too.
Stay safe.
You too.
Welcome
Cheers.
to the arms. Who's next? Who's next, guys?
I think we've got Ali Brown. Mark, you're pleasure to see you, mate. How's the
It's a
Rocket
pleasure
going?
to see you. Say again.
How's the Rocket?
The Rocket's going fine and dandy. We'll have it up and running when we get back to work, yeah?
Perfect. Ali, are
Is
we
that it?
available? Are you there?
I'm here. I'm here. Hello.
No. No, where's Ali?
I'm here.
Oh, she's there. Simon, this is your guest. And do you know this young lady?
I can't. All I've got on my screen is I've got the two girls from Canada and Mark.
All right. Ali Brown, where are you from? And what's the
I'm
company,
from
your
Scot-
company name?
Hiya, I'm from Forfar in Scotland. How you doing?
I'm very well. And you're a barber up there?
I am.
Very
that.
good.
Hey, Alison,
Hello.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. Are you well?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I can tell you, Simon, she's beautiful. You're missing out.
She is
Cheers,
beautiful,
guys.
Alison. I've done lots of seminars with Alison, but cheers, Ali. Keep well, keep safe.
I'm doing fine. Yeah, I'm keeping fine. Just finished with the students today from Dundee. I teach at the Dundee College, Dundee and Angus College. So we just finished today with the students for the next semester. So it's all going to be different when we go back, I think. We're talking about how it's going to go for education. It's at the moment, since lockdown, we've been doing online with Teams, so speaking to them through Teams and that, so to keep their education. And with being a barber, for myself, doing practical work, it's like helping them how to break down the haircuts and doing it that way. So it's been good fun. Enjoyed it.
Very good. Thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah,
Cheers.
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ali.
Bye.
So
Bye.
we got-
See you soon.
Where's Nikos? How are you, buddy?
What's
Nice
up,
to see
guys?
you.
How's it going?
How are you?
You all good?
Nick, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, Si. I'm good, Si. I've got the JD ready for you. I've run out of beer. So
You're a top man, by the way.
got to be done, innit? How's it all going?
Yeah, it's going good, man. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well. I'm very well. I'm just trying to keep up with all the madness that's happening with all this COVID stuff, you know, just trying to make plans post when I go back to work and stuff, you know, because there's obviously so much has been interrupted by it. It's just been a little bit crazy at the moment. So I'm just making plans, you know.
Very good.
Well, it's nice to see you, Nick. Nick, I know you follow us for everything you do, bro, and it's great. And I'm coming in for some micropigmentation off you when this is all over. So you're the man.
Listen, I've had mine done, as you can see. I don't know how much you can actually see.
Looks fantastic, bro.
Nice
Can
little
see it.
shade. It's a nice little shade.
Nick in London. Cheers, man.
Cheers,
Cheers
guys.
to see you, bro.
Love
Keep
you.
following us, bro. Love you,
Thank you.
love you, bro.
Love you. Take care. See you later, guys.
Who's next, guys?
We've got, who have we got on next, Trevor? Hey, Bobby. All
What's
the way
up,
from
guys? How we
West.
doing?
I'm very well, mate. How are you?
You know what? I'm feeling really good. We actually just got done with our first day being back open.
Oh, congratulations. How did it go?
You know, all the anxiety, all the fear, I think that builds up in your mind. You know, everyone can tell you the mask is uncomfortable. You know, the shields that we have is uncomfortable, but we had practiced these systems right off the bat. I had a great time. And I mean, just to get back behind the chair, create again, you know, be able to connect with your guests. You know, I think one thing that's been missed on a lot of this is that these people, all of us, we've been scared and sheltered in, and just being able to like share some love, share some experience, share some time with each other was awesome. And I asked 3 of my guests, I'm like, how was the experience today? Because that's the big thing to me. And they're like, dude, it was awesome. It's like nothing ever changed.
That's great news, mate. So everything positive with clients then, yeah?
Oh, it was great. And honestly, I was kind of surprised how smooth it went.
Cool.
Like I said, we didn't get much time to open back or much heads up on opening back up, but dude, I'm cutting hair. It's fun.
Hey,
Bobby,
lovely
nice to meet you, Bobby. Cheers, bro.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate. All the very best.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Bye.
Ali. Is Ali out there?
Ellie.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Ellie.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, good. Oh, there you are. I can see now. All good, thank
Are
you.
Are you okay?
Daddy,
Oh, she's there.
I'm here.
How are you?
Yeah, all good, thank you.
Can you turn your volume up very slightly?
Yeah, is that better?
No. Have you done
How's
it?
it down in? How's it down in? Are you down in Cornwall, Ellie? Are you?
Yeah, down in Cornwall.
How's it down there?
Yeah, it's okay actually. We're sort of just getting by each day, really. You know, and just chatting.
Oh, that's,
Wow.
you've dressed for the occasion, Ali, as well. You look lovely.
I have. Here we go.
Have you been enjoying Barber's Arms?
Oh, it's been brilliant. It's a breath of fresh air. Absolute breath of fresh air. It's lovely.
What are you
So, have you
drinking
got-
there, Ali?
Well, I thought I'd have a little bit of wine, as usual.
Oh.
Then we've got some here as well.
Oh, very good.
So, Ellie, have you got a pub that we can come to when we take this live on every Friday night? Have you got a pub that we can come to do this?
Oh, do you know what? You've got to come down to Cornwall with the sunshine and the sea and the great booze. It's amazing. You've got to come down to Cornwall.
We'll love it. Ellie, cheers. Nice to
Cheers,
see you.
Ali.
Cheers,
Keep
everybody.
watching.
Bye.
We've got
Michelle.
Michelle coming up next. Hi, Michelle.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hi, Michelle. How are you? Okay.
I'm good, waiting to go back to work.
I know. This is Michelle's another lady who's you're based in Canada as well, aren't you? We've got a lot of Canadians on tonight.
Yeah, we're from Canada, yeah.
How's the rest of the team?
Well, we're all waiting to go back to work. They just opened up phase 1, and there's 3 phases, and we're not sure if we're phase 2 or 3. No word yet. So.
And you, where are you? You're based in. Are you in Ontario?
Yes, we're in Ontario, Whitby, Ontario.
Yeah. So you're very close to Niagara Falls, aren't you? Not far from Niagara Falls.
Couple hours from
Right.
Niagara.
Well, that's close. That's close to us. So when I was there over there with you, that was my next stop. So that's what I remember anyway. So everybody's
Nothing
good
else
there.
right now.
Thank you for watching every week, Michelle. I know you tune in every week from Canada, so me and Gary really appreciate you joining in every week. So thank you
I
very
like to
much.
watch the banter last week was great, Simon. I loved it.
Cheers,
Fantastic.
Ellie.
Cheers.
I think we've got Eric coming up next.
Good health. See you later.
All right. Cheers, Ellie. Cheers, Michelle.
Cheers, guys.
See you later, Michelle.
See you.
Have we got Eric?
Eric there, come in number 2.
That's it. But I gotta wait for everybody now.
We can still hear you, Michelle, so no swearing.
Oh shit.
Where are we?
Simon needs to be on his horse.
That's it. But I gotta wait for everybody now.
Eric.
Hello, can anybody hear us?
Hello,
I can
guys.
see Eric.
Where's my beer? Here.
Mr. Eric Lander.
How are you guys?
Very well, thanks, mate. How's things with you? How's mum?
Yeah, she's good. She's made it through. She's recovering, and not from COVID. She was taken into hospital with something else, and we nearly lost her. But you know, my mum, she's made it through.
Fantastic. How's things with you, buddy? All good?
Yeah, it's really good. If I'm honest, I'm absolutely loving this lockdown thing. A full house renovation to do, and I'm doing some online education with both the BBA and also with Goldwell. But I can see in the next couple of weeks that I'll be itching to get back. I'm starting to go a little bit stir crazy.
Yeah, I think it's
Eric, I want to take your mind back though to the time in Dubai when Gary said, that I smelt really nice and he couldn't get to sleep because I smelt that nice.
You are such a liar. I said it.
No, that's exactly what happened.
Ask Gary about when I went back into the room and he asked me if he's got something in his eye.
No.
It's a family show, Eric, so we can't delve into that.
Lovely speaking to you, mate. We'll have to catch up soon.
You too as well, mate. Guys, I just
We'll have
want
to get you on as a guest, Eric.
Yeah, I'm here, mate. I'm here. Just everything that you're doing for the industry and so on. You're two legends, and we all look up to you guys.
Oh,
Eric,
lovely,
top man.
man.
Thank you.
Give your lady a big kiss for me.
I will do.
Cheers, Ed.
Everybody, it's great to see everyone else.
Cheers, mate. I can't actually see you for some reason, but good health, mate. All the very best.
Top man. Who's next, guys? Yes, Eric.
Yeah, I'm here, mate. I'm here. Just everything that you're doing for the industry and so on. You're two legends, and we all look up to you guys.
Oh,
Eric,
lovely,
top man.
mate.
Thank you.
Give your lady a big kiss for me.
I will. Everybody, it's great to see everyone else.
Cheers, mate. I can't actually see you for some reason, but good health, mate. All the very best.
Top man. Who's next, guys? Yes, Eric.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm here, mate. I'm here. Just everything that you're doing for the industry and so on. You're two legends, and we all look up.
I think we've got a bit of a cross line. Barry! How are you? I can't hear you. Trevor, I can't hear you. Mary, I don't know if she can hear us.
Gary, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I can see Gary and Mary, but I can't hear them.
No, I can't.
Right, Simon.
Oh,
Hey, Gaza, Mary, top of the morning to you.
Hello, Gary. How are you?
Top of the morning.
Great to see you guys. All good, yeah.
How are you, Mary? All good?
I'm really good actually. I'm enjoying lots of parts of lockdown. And I'm just really thankful that we're safe.
Yeah, I can see Gary and Mary, but I can't hear them.
No, I can't.
Hey, Simon.
Hey, Gaza, Mary, top of the morning to you.
Hello, Gary. How are you?
Something's going severely wrong with it. I don't know what it is, Mary.
Great to see you guys. All good, yeah.
We've got multiple screens happening. I think I can still hear like a track back for about 2 minutes ago.
I'm getting the same.
Really thankful that we're safe.
Yeah, I can see Gary and Mary, but I can't hear them.
Yeah, can you hear us now?
Hey, Gaza, Mary, top of the morning to you.
What are you drinking? Good health. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Who's next?
Oh, you are kidding me.
Hello, mate. Hey,
I can't believe it.
Hey,
Love you, baby.
hey, baby. Good God, you're eight.
How are you? You better, all right?
Yeah.
Good, living the dream.
Oh, it's lovely to see you.
Hey, it is. Sound beyond see you, mate.
Simon, this is me better off. If I was married to a bloke, this would be the one.
Nice to meet you, mate.
Everything is mine.
Cheers. Cheers.
God. I am glad beyond for him, Ahmed.
He already is.
Hey, cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Hey,
Cheers.
lovely, mate.
Cheers.
Good
Cheers.
health.
One of
Good
the
health to you all.
nicest people I know.
What about Gary? Who's next?
Yeah, true. He ain't a too bad, mate.
Don't tell any stories. There's too many.
Oh.
I know. I wouldn't know where to start.
Right, we've got to go anyway on that note.
Hey, fair play.
Love you, mate.
All right, see you, mate.
Ta.
Ta.
Carl, have we got Carl on the line?
Carl?
Carl?
You can stick out of us.
Still got you there. That's
I do. Come on.
We need to mute him.
Switches
Come on,
off.
Carl,
I've got my
can we
pants
see?
on.
Can we see Carl?
Switches off. I want to stand up. I've got my pants on.
Have I got Carl?
Hurry up, else will be getting done.
Come on, Carl, where are you? Gotta get this cloud off.
Come on, my mate.
Oh, I can see
Oh,
Carl.
he's here.
Carl, how you doing? Smithy?
Yeah.
Carl, my drinking partner in Barnsley. How we doing, me old buddy?
I'm all right. You all right?
Hurry up, else will be getting done.
Can you hear me?
Well, we can hear you, but we can hear these two in background. Gary's mates as well.
I'm here.
Gotta get this cloud off.
Come on, my mate.
Oh, I can see
Yeah.
Carl. Carl, how you doing? Smithy?
Yeah, good.
Crossing it.
You all right?
Carl, my drinking partner in Barnsley. How we doing, me old buddy?
Yeah, good. Thank you. You?
Hurry up, else will be getting done.
Can you hear me?
Well, we can hear you, but we can hear these two in background. Gary's mates as well.
I'm here.
Come on, my mate.
Carl, where are you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Carl, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, it's really quiet.
How you doing, pal? Are you okay?
I'm very good. You?
Yes, very good, thank you. Nice to
Oh,
meet you.
what-
Good to see you at Barnsley Tones.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it again. Really good show.
Good.
What are you drinking, Carl? Oh, the white.
Stella and a little bit of honey.
Oh, beautiful, mate. Good house, mate. All the very best.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, Smithy. I'll speak to you afterwards.
Yeah,
I think we've
speak
got
to
one
you
of my
after.
best,
Thanks a
one of
lot.
my best mates as well here coming in. Stevie.
Hey,
Stephen
hi guys. How are you? You all right, guys?
We're good,
Very
bro.
well,
How are
and
you?
you?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. Very good. Another great show, lads. Keep me entertained on a Friday evening. Listening to you guys.
It's nice to see you, Stephen. Nice to hear from you.
Yes, thank
looking
you,
forward
lads.
to having a beer with you at an exhibition soon.
Yeah, can't wait for it, mate. Yeah. Can't wait
Well,
for it.
keep safe, bro. Look after yourself.
Thank you, mate. Cheers, lads.
The shop's looking great, mate, by the way.
Oh, cheers. Thanks, Gary. Thanks, mate.
Good health.
Good health to you, mate. Good health.
No, cheers at the end.
How are you,
Who we got
Ross?
next?
Hey up, guys. How you doing?
How are you, Ross? All right?
Good, mate.
Miss-
Good. Get a bit frustrated now, like, but just want to get back to work.
How's things in Scotland?
Well, they're kind of saying that we're 2 weeks behind England, so that's probably even more frustrating. So you're saying the 4th of July week could be mid to late July, you know what I mean? So it's a bit of a long wait.
Ross, why does that surprise you? You've always been 2 weeks behind England.
Well, Gary will tell you I'm actually a Staffordshire man myself. I was born and bred in Button-on-Trent, so...
Well, you sound like you were as well. Okay, you need Jimmy.
I know, eh?
See, have you heard from Colin? Have you heard from Col?
I've not heard from Colin, but I'm never going to let him forget that story that he told last week or the week before. I'm never let him forget
Oh, listen, it's a true story. He tried to get into my hotel room with his fucking gym card from Valentine's. And the reason why the concierge at the Hilton Hotel questioned him, because he's fucking massive. So he said, "You're not going to a gym, so that's a fanny card. There's no way that that's a gym card." So Ross, don't let him forget it. You need
I won't let
discount
him
on your
forget that.
Clippers. Don't let him. Don't. Hey Ross, I just want to say as well. Col obviously tells me he's a great guy. Col's one of my best mates.
Yeah.
He tells me all the time you buy every single wall clip that's available.
Yeah, I do,
bro.
I do.
Thank you for that, mate. Thank you
Yeah,
very
no
much.
problem.
Keep the faith and keep your spirits up, bud. And
All right.
we'll see you soon at an exhibition.
Yeah. All right, guys. All the best to you.
Love you,
Thanks,
mate.
Ross.
Cheers.
Who's next, Gazza?
How are we, sir? Are you well? Who's this? Hello.
Who's next?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, it's you.
Hello.
You're on the big red chair. Where are you?
Oh, nice. Alex,
How are you, Alex? Where are you from?
I'm from Barnsley.
No way.
Alex, is that my son, Alex?
That is your son, yeah.
Where are you? I can't see you. I can't see you, son. Where are you?
I'm
Oh,
here.
you're there. That's my son. Oh my God, I can't believe you. You didn't tell me you're coming on tonight.
I know, well, it was a surprise. Surprise.
Listen, let me just tell everybody while he's on, this is my hero in life. He is the main man. I am so proud. People said to me, I hope my kids grow up like him. Professional footballer, absolutely ambassador, superstar. Son, I'm so pleased you've been my night tonight. Come on, I absolutely love you to death, mate.
I'm glad.
Absolutely love you to death, mate.
How are you, Alex? Anyway, all good?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Are you?
Yeah, great. Last time I saw you was at Dad's birthday with
I
your
know.
beautiful girlfriend.
Yes, yeah, she's all right. I'm not in lockdown with her, but she's all right as well, yeah.
Oh, that'll be a night to remember then.
Safely, Gary. Safely. Alex, I'll speak to you afterwards, son, and hopefully I'll come on one of the 25k runs with you in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Fucking car.
Cheers, mate.
You can see it on Dad's screen.
Cheers. Love you, son. Speak to you in a bit. Thanks for coming on, pal. Who's next?
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Hey, how's things, guys?
How are you, Marion? All right?
I'm great. Gary, I miss your face.
Oh, you say all the right things.
Don't I, though?
Another Canadian tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! That's right.
Canada rocks tonight.
We all rock all the time.
How's things? All good?
Things are good. You know, the new normal is a bit of an adjustment for us, but you know what? We're hanging in. We're waiting to get back into the shop, and you know, it is what it is.
How's hubby?
Yeah, you know, he's fine.
Hey, Simon, this young lady, she came over to Salon International in October with all the guys as well. I think you probably met her in the hotel. She great company with Michelle as well. She was great.
Yes, the fun pub night.
Yeah, we had a good time, didn't we, mate?
We had a great time.
It's nice to see you again, and cheers. I hope you're having a good night on Barber's Arms.
Lovely, Marion.
Thank you.
Trevor, I know you're watching.
Canada.
I
Is that Mr. Blake?
I saw Carl Blake on a photograph there, and he's not been on yet. Carl, are you with us, Carl Blake?
Yes, mate, I'm here.
I can't see you, bro. Let me just flick it back a screen. You there, Blakey? Are you okay?
Hey, good
My
evening.
main man, Blakey.
Cheers, boss. Cheers, Gary. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, mate. All the very best, buddy.
I think we were slipping back. You sat next to our Alex, so yeah. Are you okay, Blakey?
Yeah, all good, all good. Just chilling out. Friday evening, isn't it? It's a good time to have a beer, so why
This
not?
guy's been one of my longest serving artistic team members in the UK. He's a complete legend. He's a pure professional, very articulate, and he's the most immaculate dresser I've ever met. This kid has not got a mark on his shoes, his trainers. Every time he turns up, it makes me feel like his body's immaculate. He just he oozes professionalism. So Blakey, you know what I think about you, mate, and it's great to have you on Barber's Arms. But I can't wait to see you all when I see you all together. But Blakey, you're the top man. I really rate you massively in the industry, mate.
Carl.
I just thought it was important. Yes, Gary.
This is the time to ask for a rise.
Yeah, I know. Of course.
Blakey, see you later, mate. All the best.
Who's
Mr.
next,
Tony
guys?
Roberts.
Hiya, guys.
How are you, Tony?
I'm not bad, mate. How are you?
I'm not as well as you by the looks of it. You're looking very relaxed there.
Yeah, I'm just chilling out on the bed upstairs. Downstairs is all busy.
All right. How you
So I've
keeping?
got my
All
gin and
good?
tonic, and I've sat upstairs.
Are you all good?
I'm not bad, mate. I'm getting through this. It's been a bit of a nightmare with my illness, etc. I have to be very, very careful, as you well know, because if I copped a load of this COVID-19, I'm afraid it would take me out.
All right.
So I have to be
Yeah.
very careful.
I've been watching your videos, Tony, as well. So my thoughts are with you, pal. And
Okay, kiddo.
you know, I can't say too much. Obviously, it's not. We haven't got enough time, but I would hopefully, you know, we can speak after this and make sure that you keep nice and safe, bro.
Yeah,
And,
I'm just looking forward to getting this bloody COVID-19 out of the way. Get the shop back open. All my staff are chomping at the bit to get back to work because I've got 7 staff and I'm paying them all at the moment, which is pretty expensive.
I bet it is, mate. I can never forget that time when I came to judge a competition in the shopping centre, and you took me to one of your stores in Milton Keynes, and you dress immaculately. You're a proper gent, and you're a proper ambassador.
That's
for
been me all my
industry, mate.
life. I've always wore the 3-piece suit when I went to work.
No, you're a top man, mate. But cheers, Tony.
Thanks a lot, guys. You take care anyway. Look after yourselves. And
Same
hello,
to you.
what's
Yeah.
going on here?
Listen, I can see something in the
didn't
corner
realise
of
it
my
was a-
screen.
I didn't realise it was a porn show.
Put it down.
Whoa! Well, do these
Ross,
realise that
put
they're
it
live
down.
on screen? My God, what's happening with you two? What's wrong with you both? You're
See
kissing
you
on
guys.
screen.
Wrong. Wrong.
Wrong.
What's wrong with you, Jackie and Ross? Gary, have I been seeing this? I'm trying to speak I'm trying to speak to Tony, and I'm watching these two. It's like fucking Debbie Does Dallas in corner. What's happening?
I don't know. I thought I'd gone into a porn show.
Tony, exactly.
How are you both? All good?
Oh, I see. I'm gonna
can't
leave
see
you
'em.
guys. I'm gonna leave you guys to it. You take care.
Thanks, Tony.
Mate, can you hear me now, Chicky? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That works better, you pair, you silly son. How are you both? All right?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, all good.
Always looking forward to a Friday night Bowers Arms.
Definitely. Saturday morning.
It's so much better when we can see so many friends watching as well. It almost brings, you know, we miss people, don't we? We're people.
Nice to see a couple of surprises in there. Alex been there, obviously, for you, Simon, and your mate guy as well.
Yeah. I didn't.
Ross, it's great to see you. I don't know about the kissing in corner. That kind of put me off from the interviews. It's kind of, I liked it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right. I nearly got Mr. Johnny Barber ready anyway now. So we're going to have a group cheers with everybody.
Are we all having a big cheers?
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming to Barber's Arms. Thank you, everybody. Great to have
Thank you,
everybody
guys.
involved.
Cheers, everybody.
Very good.
Until the next one.
Right, Trevor. Are we? Simon, are you there?
I can see. I can
see
hear
you,
you, Gary,
Robert.
but I can't see you.
Hey? Now I've gone off.
guys.
I've
I've
switched
still
it
got
off
all
now.
you guys there. Love you guys.
Hey?
See you all later.
No, just let the rest of them carry on now. I don't want to be on there. Hey? Yeah, I've been on. Yeah.
Gary,
Well,
can you see me,
Yeah, I
Gary?
know. That's
Yeah.
enough. There's Simon and there's hundreds of bloody people from all over the world.
Really?
Yeah, these guys are from Canada. Look. It's a fucking mayhem at the moment. Simon from
Gary.
Wall. Huh?
Back on.
Right, Simon.
We can hear what he's saying. It's fucking me.
No, it's all right, not a problem.
There's loads of people on from all around the
I
country.
can carry on, Phil.
Please commenting.
Simon, this is Trevor's technology skills.
This is the power of Zoom. Mute the fuckers.
I bet Graham Norton doesn't have this trouble.
He'll come out with some piss excuse that is because it's more in the bed.
Trevor's working his tits off now at about 3 o'clock in the morning in Australia to get rid of everybody so we can get Johnny Barber on.
Oh, we finally got a picture of Eric.
Well, I've got you back on, Gary.
I think it's worn me out, that has, mate. It's kind of like a carry-on film.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right now, yeah.
That was nice. I didn't know our Alex were coming on tonight. That was a fantastic surprise in being on tonight. That were he spent my night, that, to be fair.
Brilliant.
He's worked his socks off over pre-season as well. And obviously, you know, from a footballing point of view, it's very precarious at the minute for especially young footballers at 20-year-old, different contracts and stuff. So, you know, he's kept himself super fit and he's a real ambassador just for what's good in life. So I'm so proud of him and my daughter. But, you know, the way he has handled himself over this period of time has been, you know, fantastic. And I can't take any credit for his fitness. But as a parent, you know,
or his looks.
Well, yeah, I'm just proud of the man he is. You know, forget about any sporting activities or all like that. I'm just proud of the person he is.
It was funny when he came on. I could see his face, and obviously you couldn't. And I was doing everything I could without saying his name. I'm like, oh, what you say? Yeah, it's you. And I'm like, obviously you couldn't see him, so I was like, I didn't want to say him.
He never said that. I spoke to him earlier because he's been doing this his coaching B license online. I tried to phone him earlier before I went on and like, oh, you've been busy? He went, no, I did it at 3 today. I've just been doing other stuff. He never said he was coming on, so I don't know if that's something that you, Trevor, and Jackie set up, but it was really nice to see him tonight. It was fantastic. So I think we've got Johnny Barber waiting in our waiting room for our last guest for this evening.
Yeah.
It was nice to see everybody live though tonight. That just shows how this show's building momentum, how we should take it out live, and it's fantastic. Have we got Johnny?
It's funny because he's here.
Here we go. I tell you, it's just as well the pubs are closed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Barber's Arms, the one and only Mr. Johnny Barber, co-owner of Barber Barber and the founder of Barber Barber. Johnny, fantastic to have you in the bar. How are you, bro?
I'm okay, I'm okay. Been sitting here staring at the screen for the last 2 hours, you know what I mean? No such thing as early on time or late.
How are you, Johnny? All right? Everything all good?
Yeah, I can't complain. We're all in the same boat, I suppose, so we just have to make the best of it to see what we can do.
Where are you now? Where are you speaking to us from?
Well, I had to come into the office because I've got terrible coverage in my house. So I had to come into the office and I'm not very computer literate, so I had to have someone help me to do it. So it's, I'm naked from the waist down though.
We all are.
How glamorous he looks as well, Gary. Look at him, he looks fucking proper smart, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Beautiful suit, by the way, Johnny.
Yeah, but I've not done underneath it. I'm balls naked from the waist down.
I've just said we all are, aren't we, Simon? That's how we roll.
So people are going to watch this afterwards. We're maxed out tonight on Zoom, so people have been dropping in and out of Zoom. But don't worry, when Johnny's interview is finished, we are going to put subtitles on afterwards for people who don't speak fluent fucking Irish. We will put subtitles on afterwards. Johnny, fantastic to have you in the arms. You're a massive enigma in the industry. You're a bit like Willy Wonka, I would put it down as. That you've got these beautiful shops in some of the best locations in the UK. You don't do many interviews.
Mm-hmm.
You've pulled away from doing some of the shows. So you are a bit like Willy Wonka. And I mean that in a very, very good way as well.
Yeah.
What is the secret? What's the philosophy behind Barber Barber? Tell us the story. What's the concept?
You know, the start of Barber Barber was like, again, it was a weird one, you know, because Barber Barber was never meant to be what Barber Barber is now. You know, Barber Barber was going to be an extension of my business back home in Ireland. It was going to be one killer kick-ass shop in Manchester. It was a 4-chair shop when we opened. And when I came over here, you know, I didn't know what to expect first, you know, and I was very, very lucky in the sense that one of my customers back home, who's my partner now, Morgan, you know, he had the idea because before all the social media madness and all that, and, you know, I had a really, really cool shop in Limerick, and, you know, I had a bar in it and a whole lot. And nobody had bars in the shops in those days. And because I was close to where the shop was, it was in the hub of a student community just near the University of Limerick. So I got this idea one time that I'd get a keg of Heineken, I'd kind of do a makeshift bar, and, you know, kind of something crazy was born out of that then, you know, and all of a sudden the shop was full. Like, and it wasn't the case for people who just come in just to have a beer, but, you know, kind of started to build a culture. And because Limerick is a small town anyway, you know, I kind of knew everybody anyway, and everybody knew me, and, you know, so when Morgan came back from the UK, he was based in the UK, and he came in and he said, you know, this is really good over in the UK, you should try open one up. You know, and that was it really. And I said, Jesus, like, we said you should open one in Mars at the time, you know. So he backed me, and we opened Manchester. And as I said, I was like a dog with two dicks, if I'm honest. You know what I mean? I went over. I didn't care, you know, who I was kind of annoying at the time or anything like that. You know, I was very, 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 very sure of what I wanted to do. You know, I wasn't here to make friends, and I wasn't here to kind of turn the industry on fire. You know, I was here simply to open up a cool shop, you know, do some great haircuts with magnificent customer service. And, you know, it became like a rolling stone, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, you know, Liverpool, Leeds, London, Birmingham, you know, it came up to that, you know. So it was kind of, if I had to do it all again, I'm not sure I'd be able to. You know, that kind of thing. It was one of the, you know, it was kind of a combination of timing, luck, hard work, and a neck like a jockey's bollocks.
Fantastic. So what's the future for Johnny Barber then? Is it more, how many shops have you got now, John?
Got 6, and we got the academy as well.
So how's the academy going? What do you like about that? Why did you go down that road?
Oh, heck no. You know, what I kind of realised a couple of years back, and everybody who owns the shop watching this, and you know yourself from this, you know, anybody who was good enough to work for us, you know, already worked for themselves or didn't want to work for us, you know, that kind of thing. So we figured like we're going to have to make them from the ground up. You know, the academy was never one of these things, and, you know, everybody knows my views on these 12, 13, 14-week academies. You know, I don't think we have enough time. I don't think there's enough bad words in the dictionary to describe my hate for them. Right? So what we did was we said we build our own little army, you know, and that we did, you know. So, and I think we did seven really, really good lads. And like, the academy course is 6 months, you know. After the 6 months, you're going to stop. But again, you're still not a fully qualified barber, you know. After about 12 months, now you got a bit about you, and now you can call yourself a barber.
It's all right, Johnny. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at him. He's just been the toilet, and I think he kept the door open while he was doing it. And I couldn't hear you talking. All I could hear was him pissing.
I realised that I still got this in the ear. Listen, I've been sat here for like 2 hours. So listen, as you get to my age,
2 hours waiting for you.
As Johnny was 10 years ago, you'll realise, Johnny, you know, looking at your shops, they've got a really distinctive image to them. And obviously, I've been very privileged to sit down with you and your partner as well. You've got a massive team behind you. I'm not on about the barber shops. I'm on about the other side of it. Just share with everybody kind of like your philosophy behind all that. What you know, you've got this massive infrastructure behind you. What advice would you give to people who are setting out to do shops? Because you've done it in a completely different way to what other people would do.
Yeah, but I think what people have to realize as well, I've done the hard. When I say it hard, it's always hard. But I've done being the banker, being the barber, being the cleaner, being the sweeper. I've done all that. You know, I know I don't look it, but I am 41 years old. Do you know what I mean?
How old?
I'm 41 now. You know, so
that paper round must have been fucking massive.
That's a big one. But you know, when I opened my first shop at 23. You know, so I've done all that. I'm very privileged to be in a position where I am now, with regards to the team we have in the business. The reason why we have that simply is because they're better than me at it. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, I've always been very, very honest. When I say I'm a barber, I'm a teacher, I'm a shopkeeper. You know what I mean? I've never claimed to be, you know, a business guru, and I've never claimed to be, you know, the buzzword entrepreneur. You know, I understand, you know, numbers when they're put in front of me. You know what I mean? And you know, we meet with the accountants once a month and all that stuff. But you know, I'm lucky that I don't have to do that day to day. Because if I did that day to day, then I couldn't be in the shops. You know, and again, I think I'm kind of very, very lucky in the sense that after all these years, I'm still at my happiest behind a chair. You know what I mean? I love being in the shop. It's you know, that's where I get my buzz, and outside of my home, it's probably where I'm at my most content. You know, so again, you know, we're very, very lucky with that. The team we have, again, we have IT, we have marketing. You know, we're lucky. But again, it's not to say that people don't work their bloody asses off, you know, and it's not easy to get there, you know, but you've got to kind of, the business has to pay for that. You know what I mean? So when people see thick shops and people see lovely shops, they automatically assume that, geez, that fucker must be minted. And I can assure you, I'm definitely not, because to have a business the size that we do comes at a massive, massive, massive cost. You know, so you can't be stupid and rape the business for every penny it has. You know what I mean? The business has to, of course, it has to pay you, and it has to, you know, it has to run, but it also has to make a profit. It has to pay an investor back. You know, there's a million facets to it. You know what I mean? It's not all that comes into the till, and I think that's the problem. A lot of barbershops, they run their business about what goes into the till. When it comes out of it, then it's done.
I think some of the locations you have, I can remember going to your Birmingham store, which is on the walk, and I mean, just like rates alone, just like massive. So you've got to have massive conads to do what you've done.
Again, but that's what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? I didn't want to, you know, go up the side streets. My first shop was overhead a chip shop. You know what I mean? I've been there, and I said I've done the off-piste barbershop. I mean, this was a thing. It was go big or go home. You know, and the thing was the big units. You know what I mean? Talk about the rents and stuff. We knew the rents going in, you know, and we're priced accordingly. But again, that's another. I think it's a funny one when people speak about that. You know, and you often get people, how much is a haircut? And you say 28 quid. Oh fuck, I get it done for 15 quid up the street. But that 15 quid is going straight into the other fucking pocket. You know what I mean? He's got small rent, probably not paying rates. He's probably paying his staff cash in hand. But like when you put £28 through the wash, there's very, very little left over. You know what I mean? Ultimately, you know, we we're here so we can do more, and that's why we have the presence of the big stores, because we want to open more and more and more. But you know, we probably learned a harsh lesson that we probably did it a little bit too quickly, and we learned along the way. We made a few mistakes, but ultimately, you know, it hasn't dampened our spirits for it, and it certainly hasn't stopped us wanting to improve and get better and get bigger and get stronger. You know,
Johnny, I think you made a really good point there from a business owner myself as well. I think a lot of people, especially staff, see what's going in the till and think it's all gravy. You know, and the trouble is, you know, when you've got your overheads, multiple sites, and you get so big, you know, you can't hide. You want to pay your way anyway because it's the right thing to do. And we all need to make money. But I think what a lot of young entrepreneurs or young guys who set up on their own, they expect it too quick. You know, they want the big money straight away, but also they don't realize what the overheads and when something like this happens, there's nothing in the tank for bad times almost, is there as well? You know what I mean? I don't know how many staff you've got, but we've got like kind of 36 staff. Yeah. And when something hits like this, which nobody could have predicted, you've got to have a little bit of juice in the tank, haven't you, to get you through the bad times. And, you know, I think there'll be a lot of people out there that realize now just owning your own shop and living day to day or week to week or whatever isn't the way.
Well, I think, in a good way, what's happening with this bloody shutdown is, you know, I think a lot of us can reset, you know, and we can address the stuff that we've all been giving out about. You know, I obviously give out a little bit louder than some, but at the same time, you know, everybody who has a shop gives out about the quality of barber. Everybody gives out about, I'm going to say it, London School of Barbering, right? Everyone gives out about all these people, right? But yet, you get an email to go down and judge the graduation competition. And somebody's going to give them fucking 20 quid to do it. The best. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to be fucking accepted and seen as something. Rather than, right, if you love the industry, you know, prove you love the industry. Stop fucking supporting these. I don't want to get into it. Stop supporting these silly courses. You know, pay your way. You know, stop fucking undercutting people.
I agree with you, Johnny. Johnny, I agree with you. This is why I wanted you on as a guest, because I think you kind of like say it as it is. You've got your own style. You know, there's a difference between a fine line between arrogance and confidence. And confident people can do it, and you've gone and done it. You've gone and proved it to everybody. I've got a couple of questions that I want to speak to you about. Now we're nice and opened up, and we're talking about this stuff. What? Here you get ready with your fucking nice Versace suit on. What do you love about Barber? What do you get up every morning? What really makes you tick? What do you love about your business?
What I love about it, I think it defines what a barbershop should be. You know, I'm very, very passionate about the brand, as everybody knows. You know, and I'm very, very, I suppose, defensive on what barbering should be. You know what I mean? I am a spit and sawdust barber. I don't apologize from it. I think what's happened over the last few years, and people almost, and I'm going to call it out again, almost disrespecting a very, very old sacred trade. You know what I mean? And trying to, you know, force, you know, fashion and trend down the throats of a barbershop, a long-standing, I can tell you, barbering industry and barbering as a trade will outlive any one of these fucking trends, you know. And what I love giving people good service. I love speaking to people. I love how they feel to me. I love watching people's reaction when they walk past them. I love watching people's reaction when I tell them that the bird can't stay. You know, I love it because it is me. You know, I don't think there's many people out there that can actually say their brand represents them 100%. And I feel that I am Barber, and I feel Barber.
You just said something there. Tell us when you bird can't wait. So tell us about the incident in Liverpool. You had a bit of bad press in Liverpool when somebody came into your shop, was she pregnant or something? You said she couldn't, or the policy in the shop was no women allowed, or I don't know. Tell us what that story was about.
The policy, you know, it was always originally meant to be kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? It was never rude. We were never rude. We did have the table outside, and I affectionately called it the bird table when we first opened. You know, but again, it's people taking themselves too seriously. You know, people, you know, I've always said everyone's not my customer, right? Which is fine. But when I don't force my beliefs on anybody, right? I don't tell anybody how they should run their business. And I believe people shouldn't tell me how I should run mine, right? There's enough people out there who want what we offer for us to have a success. Also, when these people are thrown out and removed from their premises, they also forget that they are directed to the coffee shops that are next door to all the stores. And you've probably heard this story off me a million times. We have a massive bill every year from buying people who can never get a haircut from us, coffees and fucking teas and all. We spend a fortune on it. We don't throw them out. We don't tell them they have to wait outside. We tell them they can't wait inside. There's a big, big difference. You know what I mean? We don't tell them. I've never told anyone get out. You know, I have said I'm very sorry, seeing the customers doing. As the same thing if a fellow walks in with 6 friends with him, those 6 friends, if they're not getting haircuts, they can get out too. You know what I mean? So again, no such thing as bad press, right? So I've always I've ran with it. I've ran with it, you know, look, if there's a problem with it, they're never going to put a cup of tea on my table anyway. You know, and that's the thing. And I think this industry is obsessed with everyone being friends, right? Which I get. I think we respect people as business owners and all that, but no one who ever took over the world by being friends with everyone, right? And yes, it's very important to get on with people, but if you live your working life trying to be accepted by your peers, then you're pissing against the wind.
I think, you know, I was speaking to somebody earlier today, and he said, "What guests you got on tonight?" And I said, "We've got Adam Sloan on and you on." And I said, "Listen, I've spent some time with Johnny, a lot of time with Johnny, and all over the last couple of years, but he's a pussycat. It comes over very, very, very direct, and I love your direct stuff. You're not a follower, you're a leader. You've shown that with the shops that you've opened and where you've opened them. I mean, I keep going back to Birmingham, but the one that just leads into Grand Central Station, and you know, you one in Leeds, and the one that you've got in Liverpool, they're all, and the Manchester one in the arcade, it's like they're fucking beautiful shops, and you've got this philosophy that, you know, it's you move down the bench. It's very old fashioned, but it's very modern. It's very old school meets new school, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, you know, what it is, it's authentic. You know, I use the word authentic, and I think it's timeless. That's the word I would say. I'd say I don't think it's ever going to change. I think it'll be there a lot longer than me, you know, and hopefully, you know, will take over, and hopefully his son, and hopefully his son again, you know. I can't say for sure if it will happen. You know, again, getting back onto, you know, people's opinions and, you know, people's perception of me. You know, I kind of got lost a little bit a few years ago trying to get the industry team. We speak about the shows, we'll probably come back to that in a while. And I realized, you know, doing all these shows, what's it worth? Yeah, do you know what? You get a little fuzzy feeling for 10 minutes, you know, after. But when you realize, you know what I mean, you're preaching to your competition, and you know, everybody directly or indirectly, and friends or not friends, we're all competition, really. You know, and I think it's the only industry, again, one of the only industries, hairdressing as well, that there's so much expected to be accepted by your peers. And I've agonized over this, and you know, I'm very, very lucky that some of my team and on the executive side of things, we're very, very close. And I have had very, very long and arduous conversations about it. What the fuck do I do? Why don't they like me? Why don't they, you know? And then I give myself a slap in the fucking head and think it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? What matters is who likes you when you close your door at night. Once the people inside your door like you, then that's all that really matters. But like it or not, or like me or not, you know, at the end of the day, 6 years I've been in this country. That's it. I'm not from here, you know. the brand I've built, you know, it's a global brand now. You can't deny the fact that it's a global brand. So people don't have to fucking like me. You know, they don't. It's nice, don't get me wrong, it's nice to be liked. But at the same time, we're getting all this stuff. You see it online, be kind, be this, be that. I don't get them anymore, but I used to get some horrendous direct messages of people telling me, go back to where you came from, you fucking paddy this, you potato head, all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of laughable because I'm thinking,
potato.
Potato.
The thing is, that's
Listen,
okay.
I've lived that through. Well, I've spoke to you about that, so obviously I know. Coming on to the next question, then this leads right into that perfectly. Is we've spoke quite a lot about this, and so I'm going to ask you a question. Then I'm going to just double sword it a little bit. What do you most dislike about this industry? We've asked you best thing about Barber Barber. I'm not going to ask you the worst thing about Barber Barber because there's not a worst thing. What do you most dislike about this industry, and particularly try to just veer off about when you've heard about people cutting hair in this lockdown? What's your thoughts on it?
My thoughts, anybody cutting hair.
Do the first bit first. What do you dislike about this industry?
I dislike the two-facedness.
And go for it, Johnny. Just open up. Just open up like a fountain.
It's two-faced. I think there's a lot of weight put on popularity, right? Too much weight put on popularity. I think, you know, I think it's not respected enough, as in people in it don't respect it enough. You know, the most influential man in barbering now is the pissed off barber, right? He's the most influential man in barbering. He's got more fucking followers.
That's not you, is it?
That's not me. But, you know, what he's doing, you know, and what he's doing, don't get me wrong, some of the things I get a giggle off it, but like, there's a lot of nastiness there. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, it's funny. But how can that be? How can somebody who is anonymous be the voice of the people? You know, how can you have a massive following, you know, and people actually hanging on your every word when you don't show your face? And it's easy to be the voice of the people when nobody knows who you are. You know, it's like a general sending these soldiers into battle, you know, counting the wounded, and then writing letters home to their parents saying how brave they are, you know, how they fought hard. And it's easy for a general behind the desk to send people into war. And that's what this guy is doing. He's, you know, people are doing his job for him. And, you know, kind of, I think.
Do you know what, Johnny? I didn't know you were going to mention this. I don't know whoever he is, Enigma, this pissed off barber guy. I don't even follow him, but I've obviously seen him make comments about myself and my team. Take it with a very, very, very small pinch of salt. In fact, I don't even give him the time of the day. What I would like to do, though, is call him out. I think years ago, there used to be some charity boxing fights where you get somebody, a sports personality and somebody at TV personality, they would do a charity boxing fight. I would love to say it publicly to everybody that if he fancies coming out of his closet, I would challenge him into a fight, 3-minute rounds, me and him, whatever.
The thing is,
do it.
Don't get me wrong. I think, you know, a lot of this stuff is harmless. I do think he's funny, but I find it mental that he has people hanging, like, you see, like, I follow his page, right? And it's kind of, what do you think of my work? Oh, who do you think is the best barber? Who do you think is the most influential? I'm thinking, are you really asking somebody who's not there their opinion? That's madness. But anyway, people go through lockdown. Again, we all know there's people there. And I, loudly, if I ever find out any of my staff are doing it, I'll fire them. Right? And we all know there's people doing it. But again, this is where we have to stand together as an industry. And people talk about standing together, but in actual fact, you only stand together in public. Behind it, you're too busy fucking stabbing people in the back. It's very, very simple to stop this. If every business owner in the fucking country said anyone cutting hair at home is fucking fired, and if the rest of us stood by him and said, you know what, you're dead right. Back in the old days, and I go back to the dinosaur time, right? Limerick, where I grew up, there was 5 shops. You worked in one of the 5. All the guys, there was enough business there for everybody. If you got fucking fired, you're not getting a job down the street because, you know, they wouldn't give you a job. Why? Don't you work for Desi? I do, yeah. 1 second. They go in the back, they ring, they say that young fella there. Oh yeah, I fired him. All right, back out. Sorry, there's no job here for you. So people respect their job. You know what I mean? And that's
I like that.
I don't think enough people respect the job, and because it is. I think again we need to realize how good we have it. You know what I mean? Like,
Johnny, that's fantastic, because I think that's what needs to happen in this period of time. When people said to me, "Oh, name and shame them," no, it's not for us to do that as a brand. It's down to you. It's in your town, in your village. You guys get on it, name and shame them, tell them, and then what you've just said there, the old school, nobody employs them.
Simon,
nobody wants to talk to them. Clients don't want to go to them. It just makes sense.
But they're killing people. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like, again, before we shut down, this was the big thing, right? Before we shut down, the guy, the pissed off barber, he was calling for everyone to shut down, right? And he was calling people greedy. He was calling me greedy pig. He was calling Gorham greedy pig. But the thing is, for the 3 weeks before we closed down, we operated at a fucking loss. We paid our staff even though we had no clients, right? We had to wait. Got that fucking bit of green light from the government saying small businesses, and we are a small business. We're in the position now where we're too small to be big and we're too big to be small. We're in limbo, right? So we are teetering on an edge here. You know what I mean? So what's happening? Like we waited until we were told, and actually not waited until we were told, but maybe 2-3 days before the announcement, we knew it was coming anyway. We pulled the plug, but we pulled the plug knowing that our staff was going to be looked after, and that there was going to be grants available for us to pay our rents and stuff. So there was nothing about being fucking, oh, we're going to stay open, we're going to make a few quid. There was no fucking money made. So to call him out and telling people to call him out yourself, man. Show your face, call people out. But again, if you're cutting hair at home, you are indirectly contributing to this whole shit show, right?
They're putting everybody else behind. Johnny, because we're pressing on for time here, and obviously everybody's going to watch this back as well. We've maxed out tonight on Zoom. That's down to you and Adam, the guests we've had on tonight. Who do you look up to in the industry? Who inspires you? Who do you respect in the industry? Besides myself and Gary.
Of course, you were going to be first on the list. Respect. Respect is I think it's a word that's grown. And I think people like, I think Jock Davies comes to mind.
Who?
I think Jock Davies.
Jock Savile, top man.
I think Joshua Monahan needs to be respected for the brand he's built. I think he's respected. I think Dale Ted Watkins, as a technical hair cutter, I think I still class him as the best that's out there. I think what Gorham have achieved, you have to respect that. There's a lot of people out there, but I try to I try to keep myself to myself, and I don't like the word inspire. Inspire is not for me. I'm not inspired by anybody. I'm inspired by my son, and I'm inspired by my wife and my daughter. I'm inspired by my partner. I'm inspired by my team. But I wouldn't be inspired by anybody, because I don't believe inspiration is needed in this.
We're very similar, because I had my son on tonight. I didn't even know he was coming on, but like for me, it's like he inspires me every day. My daughter inspires me every day. My grandkids inspire me every day. I respect people in the industry, but my family are everything. So we're very much cut from the same cloth, Tony. I love listening to what you say. I love your style. I love what you've done with Barber. I think you've got the balls of steel to do what you've done. There's not a lot of people that can do what you've done. I think you're massive in industry. There's lots of barbers as well. Can you remember when me and you sat together at a dinner in Scotland at the Shabba Awards? I think that evening I got a big award that evening. But neither of us were drinking that night because I were on a diet and I were alcohol-free. You've been alcohol-free for some years now, haven't you?
10 years, yeah.
10 years. Yeah. Well done. Congratulations.
I'll drink to that.
This is my partner in crime, Moonshine. He's back in the room.
I had to
go to Gary.
I had to go to the toilet, so I thought I'd switch it off rather than let you all know I was going. And then I run out of beer, so I had to nip down to the cellar to fetch some more. And I thought we were running out of time, so I thought I'd just do it from there instead of going back up to the bar, like, you know.
Nice. See, that's what I call a big time Charlie. Johnny, as we're coming towards the end of this interview, and it's been fantastic again, mate, and I really appreciate your time. And I know you've gone into central Manchester to your office, well, to Johnny's bar, and I've spent a lot of time with you in Manchester as well. So you're a great guy, great interviewee to be on Barber's Arms. A few questions I want to get the people to know a little bit more about you as well. So we do this with every guest. Favorite drink? What's your favorite drink?
Favorite drink is Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Okay. What's your favorite meal?
Favorite meal? Steak and chips.
Steak and chips. Who would be your ideal? Hey, listen, this is great for Johnny as well. He's not at home. Who's your ideal dinner date?
My ideal dinner date is my wife. You know, honestly.
Oh, come on, man. You're not at home. All these pussies, when they're at home with the wife, they go, oh, it's my wife. I've been in lockdown with her. You're in your office on your own. Who's your ideal dinner date?
20 years ago. But it would be my wife. I have to say that.
Wife, definitely. Final answer?
Final answer.
Okay. What's your favourite music, Johnny? What do you like to listen to?
Again, all depends what mood I'm in, but mostly it's outlaw country.
It's what? Outlaw country?
Outlaw country, yeah.
And what's your favourite destination? What's your favourite place you like to go on holiday?
Barbados is the best place I've ever been.
Barbados. Okay, for everybody watching who's working for Barber and everybody who's watching around the UK and around the globe, this is Johnny Barber, the owner of Barber, the fantastic Barber chain in the UK. Johnny's drinking Diet Coke. His favourite meal will be steak and chips. His ideal dinner date is to be sat there with his wife. His favourite music is country. And his favourite destination where he would be doing that would be in Barbados. Is that right, Johnny?
That's right. That's right.
Johnny Barber, you've been a fantastic guest on Barber's Arms. It's a privilege, honestly, to have you on here, mate. We've had loads of followers. The Zoom's been packed tonight with you and Adam. Thank you very much. I'm going to hand over to Gaz. But thanks, Johnny. All the best, bro.
Simon, cheers. See you later.
Johnny, you've been an absolute pleasure, mate. Love what you've got to say. Say it how it is. I agree with 90% of what you've got to say as well. I will admit, I think your business acumen is fantastic. Your barbershops look great. It's been a pleasure, sir. Hope to see you soon. See you later.
Later. Bye-bye.
Johnny Barber, ladies and gents, Johnny Barber. Gaz, what a night.
He never fails to offer up the goods. Do you know my lasting memory of Johnny Barber is the very first time I ever met him was when he turned up in a pink suit with a pink bowler hat on, and he'll remember this, I'm sure he will. It's Barber Connect. I think it was Barber Connect number 2. I think it was when we moved. The very first one was at St. David's Hotel, and then we moved to Celtic Manor, but when it was downstairs first, and I saw this guy across the room. I thought, he's no shrinking violet, and we had a drink with him in the bar later on, and I thought, funny guy, and he's gone on to, kind of almost rule the world, hasn't he?
He's a top guy, and I think, I love to speak to him. What you've seen tonight in the interview is if me and Johnny were just sat on own. He's just said it as it is. He's not like put a false profile on there. I think every guest we've had on Barber's Arms, we've tried to get them to be like, don't put a show on, just say it as it is. We're having a beer. Just like we're in lockdown. Say it as it is. Just get people to know you a bit better. He's a top guy. I thought Adam was great as well. Adam Sloan, brilliant to interview. Really good.
Well, to be honest, the last time I see Adam on a lot of, over the years, I've met him on a lot of different steering groups and different meetings and different things in London and everywhere else. But the last time I actually saw him, we ended up having a pint in London. I think it was last June, to be honest. And we went to Westminster. It was when the Barber Council, the Hairdressing Council, it launched the economic impact report at Westminster, and we ended up in the pub after. And honestly, we had a good drink, and it was a nice time, and I got to know him a little bit better, because when we see each other at exhibitions and different things, we don't spend the time that I spend a lot of time with you in the bar, obviously, after. But when you're actually working,
obviously, you met me go in there.
No, but you know what I mean. You know as well. We're so busy on the floor during the day.
Yeah, for sure.
You try and see everybody and try and meet everybody, but you're so busy with your own shit that you don't really get to speak to everybody on the day, do you? On the floor, it's actually in the bar after, doesn't it?
Yeah, as presenters, we all speak together. I must admit tonight I've struggled with our directors with the messages that we get through to try and keep a straight face with some of them. It's gonna go now.
I know.
It's just like they're like sending messages, ask this question, ask this question. It's like, come on, guys, help us out here. They're like, try and keep a straight face. I'm like, I can't. I'm struggling here. God almighty. I'm like, I can't wait.
And the gifts as well.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm looking at it. I'm glancing at my screens here in front of me and my notepad, and I keep glancing across it. It's like, how do you expect us to keep a fucking straight face when you're sending this shit through to us? It's like ridiculous. Listen, guys, it's been a fantastic show tonight. I think, 6th episode, it's getting better every week. I would hope that loads of people are going to request us to come on and do a cheers next week. That were really good. I've really enjoyed it as well. I've had a great night again tonight. I don't know about you. How do you feel?
I think it's been fantastic. I think the technical problems we need to sort out. I was losing the wheel halfway through when it was. I think we were overrunning, and then it was getting played back in between. But it's live. This shit happens, doesn't it, as well? We carry on. We are professionals, and you've stayed off the wine as much as well today. You've been talking a lot today, actually. So I think that's been on purpose, really, because
I've had half a glass of wine this week. Can't do it.
It's kept you off the red. I think he's done. Other than Schoolboy Eric, we all leave you having a piss.
No, well, I thought I got my earphone in with me. I took it in there. Honestly, I'd been here an hour and a half. No, 2 hours nearly, because we'd done the pre-show before. So I do apologise for that, but I was busted. But listen, guys, we're on.
Can we just have a little quick drink then? Because I love you. It's Friday.
Love you, mate.
All the very best.
Great to have you. Great to have you as a co-host here. It's been nice again to have everybody on the Barber's Arms. I think for me, the Friday nights has been the most normality to anything that we've done, because it's like we're working, we're enjoying it. It's what we do as presenters, and it's been one of those things that you really look forward to every Friday. And I hope all our viewers enjoy looking forward to it. We'll have some great guests for next week, and hopefully everybody keeps following us, keeps joining in and doing what we're doing.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's great to see some of the guys who watch us week in, week out, live with us on the show. I think it was great. It was nice to see all the guys from North America, Bobby, and all the girls from Canada. These are people I spend a lot of time with, training. We have great social time with them as well, because when we go over there, they really, really look after us. And, I wouldn't change it for the world. But when we can get back to that, we don't know, do we? But it's been great.
After this as well, I know we have a debrief after this when Trev speaks to us, because it's probably about 6 a.m. in the morning in Australia. maybe 4 a.m. I just want to know what Jackie and Ross were doing.
I think we ought to have a secret camera in there. I do.
Listen, it was like a secret cam. It was like one of them room cam. What the fuck was that all about? Anyway, guys, thank you everybody who's viewing us tonight live, but also as well, people who's going to watch us afterwards as well over the next few days. We really appreciate you. Go to the BBA Facebook site and have a look at what we're doing, and also as well, don't forget to enter the Not Another Barber competition, which is still open at the minute on Facebook. Also have a look at the WAW website, what we're doing on the WAW website, and Together We Are Stronger, which is really important for you to get involved in that. And me and Gary will be back next Friday night, which is the 22nd.
Yeah, that's right.
22nd?
Yeah.
22nd, where we'll have 2 new guests that'll be on with us next week. Hopefully you've all enjoyed it tonight. Look, we've got the date of 4th of July that we didn't have last week. So 4th of July is the date we're all aiming to get busy, get preparing, make sure that your salons and your staff and everything that you've got ready is really prepared, and you're really focused on getting back to normality in terms of business. From my point of view, have a great weekend, guys, and I'll pass you over to Gary. Well, all it says for me to say is ditto, really. Everything that Simon's just said, but I think from us all, it's just we need people, don't we? We're people. We need people. I think it's great that we all connect. Loved having the live guests on, even though we had a few technical issues. Anybody who's watching tomorrow, they won't know that because it's been recorded live anyway. So you'll get the full show tomorrow. Thank you, Simon. It's always a pleasure, mate. Love your company. Don't like your hours, but cheers, mate. All the very best. See you next week. Guys, you're the man. Good night, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.